recording. Hello everybody, welcome to the Magic Misplays YouTube channel. Today we're going to be running a spicy one today. This is going to be the deck tech for the deck that I've brewed. Basically, I'm taking some of the things I really love about the Phoenix deck and trying to make it into a Clever Lumimancer deck. It's called Wet Boros because it's mainly Boros, and the reason why it's wet is because I really wanted to play Opt, and I really wanted to play Expressive Iteration. Expressive Iteration is way too good of a card to not be playing. And one of the things I saw in Clever Lumimancer decks is there's not enough card draw. Like, it was basically Defiant Strike, and that's it. Maybe a charge through here and there on certain lists and stuff like that. So basically, what this deck is looking to do is get cards like Clever Lumimancer, Favored Hoplite, right? Whenever you cast a spell that targets Favored Hoplite. Not as synergistic as Clever Lumimancer or Monastery Swiftspear, but basically this card can get targeted and can do some fun stuff. So like, we'll move this out of the way. Like, it's a extra creature that does sub stuff and can kind of like prevent the damage that's going to be dealt to it. Monastery Swiftspear, 1/2 haste, prowess, just a dog, just one of the best cards to play, especially when you're trying to like get beats in really fast. Soul-Scar Mage, good prowess card, sword steals, -1/-1 counters, yada yada yada. Had to put that in there, kind of like a prowess type thing. I might even in a future build take out some of the Favored Hoplites and put in more Soul-Scar Mages because it is a prowess type creature. And then Dreadhorde Arcanist. I have this as a 2 of right now. And the main thing is we can resummon 19 cards from our graveyard. And so basically, I'm basically just trying to look for just stuff that constantly like be filling my hand and constantly be able to play cards that bump up my Clever Lumimancer. I have a maximized velocity. This is due in part to the Crackling Drake maximized velocity combo that I really like. So like, this is something that I can play a Clever Lumimancer, play a maximized velocity. Clever Lumimancer then gets +3/+3, right? So therefore it's now it's a 3/4, right, going in. And then if I go ahead and cast a Defiant Strike or a God's Willing or even like an Opt, right, we start growing that Clever Lumimancer's already so big, get a Clever Lumimancer big enough, and then we can go ahead and one-shot them by attacking and then casting a Kazuul's Fury, pumping up the Clever Lumimancer again while it's on the stack, and then sacrifice... Oh, wait, no, I don't think it actually bumps it, because we just sacrifice the creature, so therefore it doesn't actually affect. But then we can still deal that creature's power to your opponent's life points. So we get this up to a 5... like a 5/5 or a 7/7, right? Or technically be like a 4/4 or 6/6, right? Or an 8/8, right? And swing for 8, sacrifice it, deal another 8, dealing 16 damage in one turn could potentially really kill our opponent. So this is what we're looking at the main deck. Also got some Riles, deal 1 damage to target creature you control. That creature gains trample until end of turn, draw a card. Basically, I want almost every card in my deck to draw a card. So draw a card. Scry 1. Opt, draw a card. Reckless Rage is just good removal because we can deal 4 damage to a creature, which is devastating to almost any deck and kind of get rid of a lot of things. And then it deals 2 damage to our creatures, but because it can target our own creature, right? Like Favored Hoplite, it prevents all damage that's dealt to Favored Hoplite, right? And we're putting +1/+1 counters on Favored Hoplite, so Hoplite can get really big really quickly. Titan Strength, go ahead and scry 1. Rile, also draw a card. So essentially we have what? Let's make a new pile real quick. So out of the spells that we have, out of the 19 spells, let's see, 4, 8, 10 of them allow us to draw a card. And then we go ahead and combine that with Expressive Iteration, where we get to look at 3 cards. Where essentially, like, most of our deck is looking to be just helping like refill our hands, because as soon as you run out of gas, this deck isn't good anymore. And so basically that's what we're trying to do. God's willing, obviously, are to try and protect our combo, our aggro, our pieces, right, of the puzzle. Like, just try and protect it as much as possible. Lands, running 21 lands technically. I don't want to ever use this as a land, so technically it's 20 lands. I have 3 Fabled Passages because I have 3 basic lands, 2 mountains and a plains. Basically, want to make sure that I get my colors out, right? And 2 Inspiring Vantages, essentially 3 fast lands, just to try and get them start. Fast lands are like kind of horrendous if you don't get them down quick enough. 2 steam vents, 2 Sacred Foundries. I should probably throw like a hollowed fountain in here, like a one of, but I think we'll be okay for right now, but that might be a fix for later. Needleverge Pathways, Riverglide Pathways. That's the mana base right now. We could possibly fix this later, but we'll see what's going on. Sword, let's put that back in the mana value. But yeah, as you see, 33 1-drops in the deck. That's the curve, right? More than half of our deck is 1 CMC or lower. And then we have just bow, like nothing super crazy. Onto the sideboard. Oh, I took out the lessons cards. Oh man, my sideboard just got a lot worse. There was lesson cards in the list I was like kind of copying from, and I guess I never transferred them over, so we're just gonna take this out, take that out, because we won't really be able to kind of grab them from our board. Let's grab another Abrade. Cool. Mismatch of braids, and then let's grab maybe another Mystical Dispute. I think the good thing, right, about expanding the colors, especially with this list, we get better sideboard cards, right? So we have Rest in Peace for the graveyard matches, right? Stuff like Phoenix and Blueback Control that really kind of like rely with like the dig through times and stuff like that. We get a Aether Gust, right? Dealing with Niv, Omnath, Jeskai Ascendancy, the new Bard class deck. Like 4 Aether Gust is going to be super helpful. Of course, it does start to like increase our curve, but I feel like the good sideboard cards are going to be in blue, especially for this format. 3 Mystical Disputes that we just upped, so this is going to be wrong when I go ahead and set up the list, but 3 Mystical Disputes for, I mean, anything but we're playing against blue. This is going to be super helpful against like Phoenix, super useful against Blueback Control, super useful against Niv. We got Abrades, just dealing, destroying like target artifacts. This is for like the Insole matchup. We might need to try and like look for more like enchantment hate, but this is right now just focusing on like the Insole and all that jazz. Roiling Vortex. Bringing this against Omnath, I feel like this is a really good thing. Doesn't allow, we can like have it so they can't gain life. And then it's just like a steady clock against like control players. It's almost like a worse Clothis, right? And kind of just dealing that 1 damage to them. I can't think, and also good against like the Fires deck. So if like they're not spending any mana, right, it deals 5 damage to them. So it's kind of like a sit on the field. Can you take care of it? Because it's a 20 turn clock. And then Boros Charm, if we know they're bringing in Anger of the Gods, we know they're bringing in any like sort of board wipes or stuff like that like deal damage, we can go ahead and make them indestructible until end of turn, so that kind of like prevents them. And then also like a nice like deal 4 damage, target creature gains double strike till end of turn. I should have 1 main board, but I kind of opted to keep the Kazuul's Fury over the Boros Charm. So we'll see if that's right. We'll see if that's wrong. But, you know, it's a new deck. And we're going to see what happens. See if it actually works out. Yeah, so deck tech out of the way. We're going to hop into a match.